Every day, usually in the morning between 5 and 11 a.m., we release our Central Indiana Scoreboard show. It's my passion. I put a lot of work into it, and I think it's pretty darn good. We talk about the Pacers, Colts, Fever, IndyCar, IU, Purdue, Butler, Ball State, and of course, the best high school sports coverage in Central Indiana. Please come check it out every single day. We think you'll like it. What you are listening to now is the Central Indiana Sports Report podcast number 290.2. Our girls track and field state finals scoreboard. Again, we're doing it live, Susie. I got a little behind, overslept this morning, and so we're doing all of our scoreboards live.
Yeah, you had a bit of a lie-in, didn't you?
I had a bit of a lie-in,
That's okay.
and so we're gonna do all these live. So I just want to note that mistakes will be made. Please forgive them.
You're listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report with your host, Greg Mengels.
Welcome, track and field fans, to the Central Indiana Sports Report and our girls track and field state finals scoreboard, where we will go over the results in all 16 events, give you the top finishers in each event, and all of the local competitors, how they did. Again, I'm doing this live, no script, just reading results. Of course, I watched a lot of it yesterday and read even more overnight, so I know what I'm talking about, but I am reading the stats live. So again, some mistakes may be made, and I may stumble a little. It's not normal. Congratulations to the Carmel Greyhounds, who won their first girls track and field state championship of the century, beating Hamilton Southeastern by 8 points to win the title Saturday night at North Central. By the way, the Mengelt formulation predicted it would be Carmel 50, Hamilton Southeastern 46 at the top of the standings. It was 54-46. However, we were a bit surprised by Bloomington South's third place finish. Brownsburg and Carroll were tied for fourth. Zionsville finished an impressive sixth. Heritage Christian was eighth. Whitco finished 12th. Eastern Hancock was 21st, Western 26th, and Pendleton Heights 27th. I have the paper copy of the state finals results from Saturday. So I'm just going to go through the way they did it, which is starting with the 100-meter dash, doing the sprints, then the middle distance, then the distance, then the relays, then the field events. And we start, of course, with the fastest high school runner in Indiana, and that this year is Fort Wayne Carroll sophomore Nadia Ford, who won the 100-meter dash in 11.68, beating Chesterton junior Kennedy Bradley by 7/100ths of a second. Brownsburg freshman Nife Agunlie, and this is a good time to remind you that sometimes I do mess up pronunciations of names. I believe I'm in the 95th percentile in name pronunciation, but I do mess up some names from time to time. Agunlie's sophomore teammate Mariah Henry finished 8th in the championship heat. Other local contenders in the 100-meter dash who did not make the final: Mount Vernon senior Talea Broaders was 13th. Carmel senior Rebecca Bellinger finished 20th. And Hamilton Heights freshman Olivia Schiffley was 25th. Ford swept the two shortest events of the day, also winning the 200-meter dash by 100th of a second over Evansville North junior Lade DeJeanette. Ford ran it in 24.20, DeJeanette 24.21. Zionsville senior Omema Anyamwu was third in 24.22. Throw a blanket over him. The other local competitor to make the 200-meter dash final was Carmel senior Emily Norris. She finished sixth in 24.67. Local competitors who didn't make the final were Noblesville freshman Ainsley Minerding, who finished 12th. Delta junior Mia Bollinger finished 20th. Mount Vernon senior Talea Broaders 22nd, and Fishers junior Zinnia Pineda finished 23rd. Zionsville Omema Anyanwu won the 400-meter dash in 53.77. That was more than a second and a half faster than Hamilton Southeastern sophomore Anissa Lammy. Mount Vernon freshman Catherine Simmons finished 5th. Carmel senior Olivia Sabalo was 6th. And Hamilton Heights sophomore Nora Rieger finished 7th. LaPel sophomore Layla Wilson was 11th. Carmel senior Gabriela Grande Rosas finished 15th. And Pendleton Heights junior Addison Stanley was 22nd. Bloomington South junior Ellie Barada dominated the 800-meter run, winning by more than 4 seconds. She went 2:07:30. Munster senior Savannah Neutzel was 2nd, and Culver Academy sophomore Emily Baxter finished 3rd. We had 2 local athletes earn All-State in the 400. Carmel sophomore Larkin Taylor finished 4th, and Zionsville junior Katie Green was 9th. Hamilton Southeastern senior Sierra Kepner was just off the podium in 10th, as was Noblesville senior Brinkley Cooper, who was 11th. Fisher senior Isabella Murch finished 18th. Fort Wayne Concordia junior Mallory Weller held off Pendleton Heights freshman Anya Zeller to win the 1600-meter state championship. Weller went 9:49:06 to take the title. Franklin Central senior Savannah Miller was 3rd. Carmel junior Sadie Fuller finished 5th. Hamilton Southeastern senior Elizabeth Butler was 12th. And her Hamilton Southeastern classmate Katie Campbell was 19th. Noblesville junior Ansley Applegate finished 23rd, and Carmel senior Olivia Munt was 27th. Concordia's Mallory Weller also won the 3200, unseating defending champion Ava Gerald, who had a subpar night for her. She was still All-State. She finished 9th. Shatar junior Julia Score finished 2nd, and Carmel sophomore Annabelle Pollard was 3rd. Also locally, Westfield sophomore Olivia Lozier finished 11th. Huntington North sophomore Alice Friesen was 13th. Hamilton Southeastern senior Elizabeth Butler finished 17th. And I guess that's it. We move to the hurdles events, where South Bend, Washington junior Adriana Swanson is your state champion in 13.83. Pike sophomore Jay Brown was 2nd. Eastern Hancock sophomore Isabella Sotelo finished 3rd. What a night for that young lady. Also locally in the championship heat, Hamilton Southeastern senior Elia Blackmore finished 4th. Missing out on the final were Delta junior Jillian Barr, who finished 15th. Kokomo sophomore Jaslyn McKay was 20th. And a young lady with a bright future ahead of her, Western freshman Allison McKittrick, finished 24th. New Albany freshman Jada Harper is your 300 hurdles state champion. What a feat for a freshman, going 41.52, 1.1 seconds faster than Hamilton Southeastern junior Chloe Sinnefeld, who was the runner-up. Brownsburg junior Sophia Nbesso was 3rd, and Blackmore finished 4th. What a career for Elia Blackmore. Finishes of 4th and 5th at the state finals. And Isabella Sotelo of Eastern Hancock finished 5th in the 300. Again, just a sophomore. Could be state championships in that young lady's future. Greenfield Central senior Addison Buckley was 14th. Kokomo freshman Gianna Thornton was 17th. Rochester senior Aubrey Wagner finished 18th. And Fishers junior Devin Day was 20th. Lots of local representation in the 300 hurdles, and most of them really young. To the relays, Brownsburg won the 400 relay in 46.55 with Amaya Hamilton, Nife Ogunlie, Angelique Howgate, and Izzy Neal. Fort Wayne Carroll was 2nd. Carmel was third with Rebecca Bellinger, Emily Norris, Olivia Sabalo, and Gabriela Grande Rossos. Hamilton Southeastern also earned All-State with a 9th place finish with Elia Blackmore, Chloe Sinnefeld, Layla Ergot, and Kayla McCarter. Also locally in the 4x100 relay, Fishers was 20th and Delta 26th. Hamilton Southeastern's Addison Smith, Chloe Sinnefeld, Sierra Kepner, and Anissa Lamy are your 4x400 meter relay state champions, going 3:46.26 in the final event of the night. Almost got in that state championship. Unfortunately for them, Carmel finished second to clinch the title. Gabriela Grande Rosas, Olivia Sabalo, Sadie Foley, and Emily Norris went 3:48.27. Brownsburg finished third. Westfield was 12th. Noblesville finished 14th. Hamilton Heights was 17th. And I guess that's it for local teams in the 4x400. Bloomington South is your 4x800 meter champion. They went 8:51.35 to set a new state record, equaling the state record with Eastern in 2013. The Comets who did that, and how can we forget Jessica Sprinkle, Sarah Wagner, Brittany Neely, and Bethany Neely in 2013. Those new co-record holders are Lexi Colbaum, Mary Asplin, Jasmine Martagolio, and, of course, Ellie Barada. Carmel was second and Hamilton Southeastern third in the day's first running event. Westfield finished 15th and Noblesville 18th. And we move to the field events where you're going to start hearing the name Kaya Crook a lot. The Heritage Christian Senior won the high jump, setting a new state record going 6 feet and a quarter, breaking Norwell's Angela Bransberry's 1985 state record. The first athlete in Indiana history to clear anything over 6 feet. Northview junior Carson Buck was second, and Warren Central sophomore Kira Smith third. They both cleared 5 feet 8. Hamilton Heights junior Waverly Wolliver, that's hard to say on a live show, cleared 5 feet 6 and finished 5th. I'm going to start a new tongue twister with Waverly Wolliver. Of course, she also finished seventh in the state last year. So this is her second all-state finish for Waverly Wolliver. Madison Grant senior Rylan Stenger did not clear opening height. Again, my favorite athlete in the entire state finals. Congratulations so much to my girl Rylan Stenger. What a day for Northwestern junior Emma Baker. She cleared 11 feet 9 inches, as did Lawrence North senior Jane Paddock. Paddock won the state championship based on fewer misses, but what a performance from Emma Baker. Westfield's Alexandra Hamilton was third. She also cleared 11 feet 6 inches. I'm sorry, I meant to say Alexandra Hamilton. I feel like that should be in a musical or something. Westfield's Ella Jenkins finished 18th, clearing 10 feet. And Garin Catholic sophomore Amelia Smith no-heighted. She's got 2 more years to do something about that. Kaya Crook of Heritage Christian also set a new state record in the long jump, going 20 feet 4 3/4 inches, breaking another 40-year-old record set by Jeffersonville's Tanya Sedgwick in 1986. I remember watching that on television. The Sedgwicks were 2 of the athletes who most made me want to become a track star. Huge day for Heritage Christian's Kaya Crook in her final track meet of her career. She'll in the fall where she will be attending the University of Arizona starting in the fall, and she'll be coached by legendary jumps coach Bobby Carter. Whiteland Junior Elnora Stevenson was second, nearly a foot and a half behind Crook. Avon sophomore Mylan Kirsch was third. Carmel senior Emily Norris, what a day for her as well. She finished fifth in the long jump. Oak Hill senior Ellie Campbell is all state. She finished in seventh. Whitco senior Gwen Howard is the 2025 shot put state champion with a heave of 46 feet 11 and a half inches. That was nearly 3 feet longer than Heritage junior Alexa Walter, who also had a really nice day. Greenwood senior Emma Gardner finished third. Western junior Elise Walden finished fourth, capping off an incredible year for that young lady. Double all-state for the Western junior. Also locally, Eastbrook senior Mia Bustos was 12th. Fisher senior Macy Miller finished in 18th. And I guess that's it for our shot put. And in the discus, Greenwood senior Emma Gardner is your state champion. She went 152.7. Center Grove junior Lucy Burrell was second. And Gwen Howard of Whitco finished third. Elise Walden from Western finished sixth, giving her 2 top 6 finishes at state. Fisher's junior Maya Tobias finished 11th. Zionsville senior Megan Winery was 13th. Carmel freshman Amila Holder finished 15th. And Oak Hill senior Janessa Shields was 24th. Mia Bustos from Eastbrook also finished 28th in the discus. Another great girls track and field season in the books. Congratulations to the Carmel Greyhounds and all of the individual state champions, all of the all-state performers, and everybody who got to state. Man, I love track and field. Thank you so much for listening. Always appreciate it. Please spread the word about the Central Indiana Sports Report. Hit the share button wherever you're listening and share. The Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media. And I love Susie.